Hello guys, it's Melly Simish and welcome to another video. In this one I am once again discussing the open world mod Brookheights for The Sims 4. In my last video, if you haven't already seen it, I basically reacted to the trailer, which was absolutely incredible, and now the beta version is out. So I have done a little play testing of it. If you want to do so yourself, you can sign up for the Sims Plus Patreon, where you will get beta access as part of your Patreon subscription. So you got beta access, and then there'll be early access once the mod is finalized, and then finally it gets rolled out to everybody. Super exciting, and I knew I wanted to try it out as soon as possible, so I wanted to share my thoughts, and in this video I will be going over the 15 things to be most excited about for this mod. Yes, there are 15 things that I think really make this mod stand out, so we are going to go through them now. So the first thing to note is that this mod comes with its own save file, so you cannot technically apply it to your existing save files. So when you install the mod, you install part of it within the save file folder. It's got its own little picture on there. You can enjoy this mod within your existing save files, which I will get into a bit later on in this video, but for the fully furnished Brookheights and for the story mode, you will need to use the official mod save file, which I think is actually quite cool because it comes with a redesigned map view, and it's perfect for the storytelling aspect because all the characters and all the lots and stuff are already in place for you to enjoy. And speaking of storytelling mode, that brings me on to my second point. So the storytelling mode in this mod is really cool. When I first heard that there was going to be a storytelling mode, I kind of considered it would be similar to Aspirations, which I know a lot of people complain about within The Sims 4 for being just very step by step, like get this skill to level 3, go to work 3 times, whatever. But it's actually a lot more interesting than that because it involves talking to people, going to different locations, investigating clues, examining objects and stuff like that. It's actually super interesting. It's probably more similar to the Strangerville style of storytelling, but to be honest, done a little bit better. And the most exciting thing of all is that, as I said, this is a beta version, which means it's not the final version. So you do the story mode to get to Brookheights. It took me about an hour of in real life gameplay to get to Brookheights, and then once you're there in the beta version, that's kind of it. But in the actual official mod, when that comes out, there will be a second part to the story mode to really help you discover the background of the character Amos. So that's who you can play as, and you basically are trying to find out a bit more about his parents who once lived in Brookheights. It's super interesting. I mean, if you don't want to play through the story mode, you can. There is a cheat to go straight to Brookheights, but again, I think that this mod does it better than The Sims 4 has in the past, so I definitely recommend, if you try this mod out, to also try out the storytelling mode because yeah, I found it super interesting. So I made a ton of notes while I was playing through the mod. I have done all of my research. I haven't really made this many notes, but I've done my fair share, and one of the biggest things that is basically the selling point of this mod is open world and 3D map view. So talking about 3D map view for a second, it looks amazing. So we got a bit different sort of map tag system. So each building will have a color coded system. It has a little colored circle over the building where green indicates rabbit holes, blue indicates open venues, and pink circles represent the subway. Oh, and oh my god, the map looks amazing. It doesn't look like The Sims 4 in the best way possible. It looks so much better, and it's actually super, super fun to play around with. And of course, it lends itself to the fact that we now have, in The Sims 4, open world. It's just, it feels so much more immersive with this type of map. Another huge criticism of The Sims 4 is that the maps to the worlds look completely boring, completely uninviting, and this is the exact opposite. It feels a lot more immersive. It feels like you can actually dive straight into city life. It's really exciting to play through versus just that plain kind of like 2D looking dull map. So that was definitely appreciated. And of course, everybody wants to talk about the fact that it is open world, including myself, because honestly, the open world works really, really well in this mod, even better than I thought that it would. It's so cool. You can use the subway to get around if you want to. You can use cars, which I will talk about in a second. Subways remind me of The Sims 3 Late Night, which was one of my favorite expansion packs for The Sims 3. So that is super exciting. The world itself is modeled off of New York City. So I think that really, really complements the fact that it is open world, because it just makes you feel like you just want to walk around and see everywhere that you can go. And I mean, the Sims 4, some of the sets are quite pretty, but that's exactly what they are. They're sets, they're just set dressing. So it's really nice to walk from one building to another and really enjoy the view and see people walking around, cars driving past. It really does feel like you're actually in the city, and it makes you want to play, which is super exciting. And the fact that it is open world, like The Sims 3, there are no loading screens to jump between venues and houses and apartments, and it's amazing. I absolutely love it. There is one loading screen, and that is to move between worlds, but even then, that loading screen is more interesting than what we're used to, because it's got like a really cool picture of Brookheights, and again, it's all about getting you excited to play the game. So the fifth important thing about this mod is open venues, which I kind of touched on in the 3D map view portion of this video. Basically, there are definitely rabbit hole venues, but there are also venues where if you kind of zoomed out into the 3D map, they just look like any other building, but if you zoom in, you can see into them and you can go into them. And I really, really love that. And something that is very new and unique for this mod is that in The Sims 4, everything's kind of 24/7. So if you want to go to the library at 3 a.m, you can do. Whereas in Brookheights, it has opening hours and closing times and entrance fees, which is just, it makes it more realistic because that is how it actually is in the city. So I think there's a lot to say for the realism of closing times and entry fees versus the convenience of being able to go to any location that you want to with your sim whenever. So if you download this mod and you play in conjunction with the regular Sims 4 game, you can do both, which I definitely appreciate. And of course, with that realism, I mean, it just makes a city simulator, which is kind of what this is. It makes it feel so much more realistic, so much more immersive, and it's kind of what city living should have been but couldn't be. It encompasses so much more that you should expect to see for a Sims 4 city world, and I absolutely love it. So the sixth thing to get excited about is innovative venues. Did I say that right? Innovative venues. And as much as I love the fact that Arnie is bringing back some of the things we loved about The Sims 3, namely open world and no loading screens and full world customization, I also really love the innovation in this mod. So venues that we have never even seen before, like malls, hotels, lodges, outdoor cinemas. Like, the vision in this mod is incredible. Like, the ambition to do this and the fact that it works so well within the world is absolutely incredible. And I mean, it's delivering new and exciting ways to play, you know? What a concept. So, of course, the next big talking point of this mod are cars and planes. So, a lot of people want cars in The Sims 4, and there is definitely an argument that it doesn't make sense in a closed world, but this is an open world, this mod, and we have cars, and it's amazing. So it's obviously not quite the refined car system that we had in The Sims 3, completely understandably, and it works kind of on a routing system, so you have to kind of click on the road and say like route car here and have to kind of manually, you know, plan the car's journey. But I just love it. I love the fact that, again, the vision to actually try and put it in is incredible. And it's, again, going back to that realism, you know, you buy it from a garage and it feels so much more immersive versus just buying it in build mode, which, I mean, again, realism, it's completely realistic. And I don't know how I am excited to pay parking fees, but I am, because again, that's not even something that we had in The Sims 3, to pay parking fees. Again, like entrance fees for some of the open venues. It's just those little details that I just really appreciate in this game. So I love the fact that we have cars. Again, it's still beta version, so I think I'm going to show a clip, and the cars are definitely slow. But I mean, again, it is just a beta version. It's not the final version. And the fact that we have them in at all from the work of a modder is just unbelievable. So cars, of course, aren't the only mode of transport that we are getting in this pack, because we are also getting planes. So not only are we getting things that a ton of people in the community are wanting, but we're getting things that we didn't even know we wanted in the first place, namely planes. It's so incredible, like planes. I don't think it's something I've ever thought would be possible within a Sims game, and it's always something that's kind of in the background, like, you know, that we have destination worlds and we fly there, but it's not something that you actually ever see, but now we do. You won't see the plane taking off unless you have Journey to Batuu, the Star Wars pack, which I do not. But I mean, it doesn't matter because there's planes. I just appreciate that there's planes in general. Even just seeing them on the landing it's cool as hell. And again, it's not something that I even knew I wanted in the Sims game, but it actually makes a lot of sense considering that it is an open world game. And you can even fly to places like Salvadorada, which, I mean, it's just cool. It's just really cool. And of course, speaking of planes and flying them, we also have open careers. I believe the only open career in the mod so far is to be a pilot, which again is just freaking cool. Like, you can be a pilot. And it's not like an active career per se, because I don't think you actually see your sim partaking in a career. But for example, with the pilot, I think you can just take on jobs for a certain shift and then earn money for them. So I think it's a bit more proactive. It looks like, again, just the beta version, so definitely not the final version. And we will be getting even more active careers once the mod officially comes out, which is super exciting. But I mean, again, the opportunity to have not just new careers, but different careers that we haven't seen before is so cool. And like I said, if you actually want to see the plane take off, you will need the Journey to Batuu game pack. I think in the beta version it doesn't take off full stop, but when the mod officially comes out, if you have Journey to Batuu, you will see the plane actually flying. And again, I don't own that pack. I don't intend to buy that pack, but I definitely think that this mod could actually encourage sales for The Sims, because people will probably want to buy these packs to see the different animations and interactions in this mod, because I have a feeling that they are well worth seeing. So, I mean, I do think the Sims team should be paying this guy because it's just looking incredible. So the next thing on my list is multi-purpose lots, which was made possible thanks to another modder called Little Miss Sam, I believe it is. But I absolutely love that Arnie has incorporated this into his mod, because again, it is a city simulator, and the idea of, you have an apartment above a cafe or a retail store or something like that, it's just very realistic for a city, and it's not possible in The Sims 4, which I think is crazy. Like, I myself have made venues in the past. Like, I once made like a gym that's also an art museum, but you can only specify that it is one particular lot type, which I think is crazy. And again, it's just something that we have to accept is just not possible in The Sims 4. But of course, as per usual, modders save the day. So you can make, I think it's like a bar. It looks a bit like an Irish pub kind of thing with a laundromat in the back, which is super, super cool. And I definitely think that I will be using this feature a lot myself in my own builds. So yeah, I definitely really appreciate that this has been put into the mod. Again, the kind of thought behind it, and I can tell that so much research has been put into this mod in terms of what do you actually get in a city? What kind of features do we not have that we should be having? And he's delivering, and I am here for it. Now, another great thing about multi-purpose lots is that they really enhance gameplay and storytelling. And speaking of which, we also have a bit of a neighbour system whereby you can manually populate the apartments within the game. So you can really make it feel that much more immersive. I keep saying immersive, I keep saying realistic, but that's what this mod is. And I think that's what The Sims 4 is kind of crying out for at the moment. So yeah, the immersion of just having neighbours in your city apartment, and it makes the world feel a lot more alive. And I can definitely imagine, I'm not really like someone to do Let's Plays, but I can definitely imagine people who do Let's Plays being able to like recreate famous city sitcoms or something like that. I imagine that would be really, really fun. And not only do we have new complete concepts like open world and new cities like Brookheights, we also have new objects. There is a little globe thing that determines the neighbour system, but I'm not 100% sure how that works yet. Again, this is just a beta version, but one particularly cool item that I am very excited about is the hammock. And I don't really have much else to say apart from that, except hammocks are cool, and I am glad that we now have them in the game, so I definitely think it was worth a shout out. Now you can tell that Arnie from The Sims Plus has focused a lot on giving players like full control of their game, because the world is fully customizable. So I mentioned at the beginning that even if you don't play within the official Brookheights save file, you still can enjoy this mod, and that is 100% true, because although you won't have a fully populated Brookheights in other save files, you can access a blank world. So I managed to access it just by doing the little mailbox cheat, and it's completely blank, and you can use the tool mod to populate the world as you wish. And from what I can see, you kind of have the option to use certain templates for buildings and stuff, or you can completely do it by yourself, which it just looks really cool. Look, it's like something new for builders to use, a new tool for them. And I love the fact that this mod incorporates other mods to really enhance building, to really enhance gameplay. It's so cool. Like, I don't know how many other things I can say, but it's really, really cool. And again, you can just tell the amount of work that has been put into this mod, and it's amazing. So for the next point, I've touched on this in a lot of my other points, but customization, I can tell, has been a huge focal point for developing this mod. Like I said, I can just tell it because when you go into that 3D map view, you can change the names of any lots you want. If you go to the blank world, you can edit the world in any way you want, again incorporating other mods such as the tool mod to place what you want where you want. It's fantastic. And then not only that, I don't know when this man will stop, because as well as creating this mod, he's also going to be introducing a gallery system on his website where you can upload your own worlds that you have created and you can share them with other people. And I think that's just amazing, because as someone who loves building in The Sims, again, anything that enhances that, adds something a bit different, adds something a bit more interesting, I absolutely love it. And I will definitely be using that feature because there's a lot of talented builders in this community, and the fact that there is full customization, you're really going to see some talented creations coming from the community. But again, even if you aren't a builder, you have got this fully built world already for you. So you're sorted, basically. So the next thing on my list, but definitely one of the most important, is specifications. It's not completely base game only, which I think is fully understandable. The fact that this mod is here in the first place is amazing, let alone to expect him to make all of his own animations and features and stuff like that. So you do need other packs for this mod to work, but there's only 2 packs that you need, full stop, for this pack to work, and that is City Living and Get to Work for the apartment system, the retail system, and also Magnolia Promenade, which came with Get to Work, is part of the story mode. But to be honest, with those 2 packs, I recommend as a Sims player getting them anyway, because I do think that they are a really good addition to the Sims 4 base game. And as long as you have those, you are good to go. And I think that there's certain features that do require other packs as well. So I know some other packs that are very useful to have are Discover University for the loan system, Outdoor Retreat, Eco Lifestyle. But I definitely get the impression that if you don't have those packs, the mod is still well worth getting, because there may be 1 or 2 features that you won't have access to or might not work quite as well, but the mod as a whole will still work for you. So I think as long as you have those 2 packs, I definitely recommend looking into getting this mod, because again, it just adds so much to the gameplay. And I think it was said in the walkthrough, the more packs the better, but if you don't have all of the packs, it's still going to be an amazing experience for you. I mean, I don't have all of the packs. I don't have Outdoor Retreat, for example. I don't have Journey to Batu, but I still very much enjoyed myself. And I mean, even better than that is that I imagine this is the kind of mod where, as more packs come out in the future, more features will be added to this mod to incorporate some of the new things that we get in packs, which is incredible. And it brings me nicely on to my final point, number 15. And my final point to call out in this video, if you've made it this far, I very much appreciate it. But I wanted to call out the fact that this mod is not a full stop. It's not released and then that's it, the mod's out into the world. There will be lots of updates to this mod. As I said, I'm sure when packs come out, the mod might be, I assume, updated to incorporate some of the new features that come with new packs, but I know that we also are promised extra open careers, extra venues, and an expanded map, because the full map is currently not accessible, but there will be updates added to the mod to continually expand the area. And I think it's going to be huge. I think it will be a huge city, which again, for a New York style city, it will be so fun to walk around and explore and just walk from building to building, drive from building to building, take the subway. Really cool. So I don't know what we did to deserve not only this mod, but continual updates to it to make it even better, encompass even more features. I don't know, and I don't know why we have been blessed in this way, but I am not complaining. So for my final thoughts for this mod, as I said, I did the beta test. I am a patron of The Sims Plus, and it was well worth it. I had a lot of fun exploring, and the fact that it's still in beta version and there's more to come is absolutely amazing. I am super excited. I mean, one thing I didn't even call out in this video is the attention to detail within the world already, just in the beta version. There's so many like Easter eggs and just cool little things. As you walk around and you explore the world, you're going to notice those little things, and I absolutely love it. Like, it was, like I said, it was just so much fun, and it really, again, it feels like you're just immersed into this world, this city. You feel like you're part of Brookheights, and with the story mode, you feel like you really want to help Amos, and you want to uncover his secret, and you want to get a job and stay in the apartment. It's just super fun. And as I said, if you find yourself in a position where, you know, you've been playing The Sims 4 for 6 years and it's getting a bit repetitive, and you know, we need new things to be coming out to keeping us engaged, and this, in my opinion, is exactly what we need. So I definitely recommend checking it out if you want to. Again, this is just a beta version, so it's not the final version, but I mean, again, it's so good. So the fact that it's not even the final version is incredible. So definitely check it out. As I said, all links will be down below if you do want to check out the Patreon or the walkthrough or the trailer or anything like that. If you liked this video, give it a like and subscribe to my channel. But until the next one, bye!